everyone. This lesson is going to be about making quizzes in Canvas. Just a little background information on the Canvas quizzes. It does have a lot of positive features, and especially from a teacher's standpoint, it is attractive because the questions are self-graded through technology. So if you have a multiple choice question or a fill in the blank question, it's self-graded. Obviously, if there's essay questions, you'll have to grade those individually. This does sound like, wow, what a miracle. I've been waiting for a technology like this my whole life. However, part of the problem with the Canvas quizzes, I would not advise using them as a replacement for your standard pencil and paper test or quiz because we don't have any sort of feature that prevents students from exiting out of the Canvas app and then maybe looking through notes or using the internet to help them find the answers. So I would advise only using quizzes during the guided learning phase. So if you want students to do a chapter reading and answer some questions and you want to do it through quizzes mode, that's a great way to do it. That would lighten up maybe some homework grading for you. Or if you wanted to do it as a warm-up for class or a practice quiz the day before a real quiz. Any of that sounds like a great way to do things where, you don't mind students maybe looking through their notes. However, if you try to do it as a replacement for a traditional quiz, it's going to be really hard for you to monitor whether or not students are staying on the Canvas app. I'm not accusing all students of being cheaters. I'm just saying I know that some of them will take advantage of that situation, and I don't want you guys to put yourself in that situation. So anyways, here's how you make it, because it does still have a lot of good features, I think, especially in that guided learning phase or as a homework assignment. I want to teach you how to make them. So first of all, you're going to hit quizzes on the left-hand side. Okay, when you get to this screen, all you're going to have to do is hit Add Quiz. Top right-hand corner. So first you're going to name the quiz. I'm going to name my quiz Canvas 101 Quiz 1. Okay, and then right here is you can put some quiz instructions. So I'm going to first start off by explaining what content the quiz goes over. So I'm going to go, this quiz covers content from lessons 1 through 10. There will be 3 sections including multiple choice, true, false, and short essay. And then maybe down here you want to put your direction for each of the sections. Multiple choice and true, false. There is only one correct answer. Short essay. Please answer questions in formal paragraph format. Okay, so now they've got a little bit of instructions before the quiz started. Then you get to select some options for the quiz. So for example, you could put shuffle answers, which is a good idea. You could put a time limit. So let's say I want this quiz done in 10 minutes. You can allow multiple attempts, especially since we're thinking about maybe using this in the guided learning phase. I do like to give multiple attempts because you want the kids to look over, see their score, and then go back and make sure that they're learning the material. So if that means they need to take it again and reread, then that's a good learning opportunity. So I'm going to allow 2 attempts. Okay, and then for this, let students see their quiz responses. Incorrect questions will be marked in student feedback. So this will give feedback to the students immediately. Now I'm going to click only after their last attempt because I don't want students to take the quiz once, get all the right answers, and then just take it a second time and get a 100% without even thinking about what the questions are about. But you could switch it up however you seem fit. All right. You could also have the correct answers released at a certain date. So that's another good way to do it. All right. Then you could, I always do it show one question at a time so they can't go back through and use different questions to help them answer it. Requiring an access code. This can be useful, especially if you want to do it in class, maybe as a warm up or just as an in class activity, because then they can't do it ahead of time. So when they come into class, once they get the access code, they can then take the quiz. So you can set your own access code. The students walk in and you write the access code on the whiteboard or something along those lines. However, I'm not going to require this with it being an entirely online course. I think it's just easier to leave it open. And then you have your standard due date section, which I'm not going to set because this is an ongoing course, but I'm sure most of you will require a due date. All right, so now for the good stuff, the questions section. If you click on questions, all right, if you click the find questions, that's going to bring up questions from previous quizzes that you have personally made. All right. What I would advise you to do is just keep adding new questions manually like this. So if I was to make a multiple choice question right off the bat, all I have to do is title the question. So I'm going to call it question 1. And then you have all of these options here. Okay. I am going to just click multiple choice because the first question I'm going to do is multiple choice. So my question will say, which of the following is a feature of, or which of the following can you do while making groups in Canvas? Okay, so if I did assign group leaders, make random groups, require groups to be in the same section, or all of the above. You then would select all of the above as the correct answer, and you'd hit update question. Okay, now we've got our first question done. We can add another one. Let's say we want to make this one true false. Okay, true or false, the student assignment due dates automatically appear in the student calendar. Okay, that would be true. So then you hit update question. Now we have 2 questions here. All right, the other thing, okay, I'm making all these worth 1 point. If you want to change that just in the top right hand corner here, like if you want to make all your multiple choice worth 2 points, you can do it this way, which is a really, really easy way to do it. And you could change it that way. I'm going to add a new question now, which is an essay question. I want my essay question to be worth quite a bit more than my multiple choice question. So I'm going to make this worth 5. Okay. And then for the essay question, let's make it, what is an LMS? How can they be beneficial during the learning process? Okay, so this would be an example of an essay question. You could update it, and then on their end, they'll have some space to write in paragraph format. All right, so once you've finished your quiz, you can hit save, and the quiz will save. Now, I think that as far as publishing goes, most of the time with quizzes, you probably want to hold up on the publishing it, just because, I mean, it depends how far in advance you make the quiz. If you want it to be a thing where the students know the quiz is coming up, perfect, hit publish. If you want to hide it for a while, just leave it saved. Okay, I'm going to publish it. Now we're going to go through a little preview. All right, so now the quiz is pulling up. So I know that we've got the quiz instructions here right at the top. It says, which of the following can you do while making groups in Canvas? And the answer is all of the above. Next. Okay. And here you go. You just see students' due dates automatically appear. True. You see how you just kind of walk through this. All right, and then once you get to the essay section, this whole text box drops down and you can type in your answers. So anyway, that's how you make quizzes in Canvas. I hope this has been a useful lesson to you. And I hope that you'll find useful ways to incorporate this into your classes. Thanks for listening, and I appreciate your time.